Hello learners, my name is Charu Salim and I'm working as an assistant professor with Amity University online. Today I will be sharing a few guidelines with you for making minor project which will be applicable for all the students of MBA program and MCOM FM program, and the same guidelines will also be applicable for MCA students in third semester who will be working on seminar evaluation. So let's begin with these guidelines. So today in this session, I will be sharing with you the concept of project work, and I will tell you the parts of the project work, different components of making the project report, and I will share a few suggested project areas for you to work on. So to begin with, why we are having semester 3, you are already completed your 2 semesters, and while you are making this project, it will help you to apply the concepts that you have learned in your classroom, and you can relate it with the real time or real world problems. And when you work on this project, then you will be able to develop your conceptual skills. You will be able to gain more knowledge about various concepts and various trends, various opportunities, various industry challenges that are going on. And then you will also be develop your analytical skills. You will be able to analyze what is going on and can you find any solutions to any of the problems. Can you do any kind of forecasting for what trends might be upcoming in future? Can you give some important recommendations to your business managers, and maybe you can provide them with some strategies on how to go forward with their work. Now, when we talk about minor project, now what you need to do is how you will start here is you will have to select a relevant and a recent business opportunity. Now you select any area as per your own choice. It is not necessary that it is related to the specialization that you have chosen, but it can be of any topic which is of your personal interest or academic interest. Maybe you're already working in an organization and you are working on some project, so that can be developed as a minor project as well. So you just select any area of your choice and you try to identify what is going on in that area. And you can talk about a recent business opportunity or any industry challenges that that particular industry is facing overall. You can talk about what are the future trends and which will shape up the economy or the business, or you can pick up any topic which you want to explore or you want to gain knowledge in. Now, this project is going to be an independent research study. The student needs to complete this study on their own. There will not be any guides required to help you out. And the study will be based only on the use of secondary resources. And these secondary resources could be latest magazines, blogs, journal entries, or you can refer to newspaper articles, or you can refer to recently published research papers, or you can keep a track of what is going on in the markets in which you are interested. And accordingly, you will start to read about those areas of interest and try to relate it with the concepts that you have learned with your previous semesters. Now, the most important part of your project would be to provide your observations, your recommendations, and your conclusion. So let's say if you're talking about some business opportunities or some challenges, then the conclusion of your report should mention certain recommendations that you have for that industry or certain solutions to the problem that you have found by going through these different secondary resources. Now, the entire project submission is divided into two parts. Now, part one, you have to create a project report first of all, and then with that project report, you need to run it through a plagiarism tool, and that plagiarism tool will generate a plagiarism report for you. you have to download that plagiarism report, and then you have to log in to your project submission portal. And when you log into the portal, then there you will find this project summary or extended abstract questions will be given on the portal itself. You need to type in the answers in that project portal. And secondly, you will upload your project report. And thirdly, you will upload your plagiarism report. So this is the part one related to your project submission. After you complete this, then you will move on to the Viva questions or the part two. And you will have to answer these Viva questions. Now again, they will be in the portal itself. The questions will be given to you in the portal, and you have to type in the answers for these Viva questions in the portal itself, and you have to submit. So once you submit both this part one and part two together, they will form your entire project, and only then your project submission will be complete. Now here are a few important instructions for you. Now you should try to select an original and relevant topic for investigation. The title of the project should not be more than 12 words in length. The complete project work should be submitted in word limit is from 22,000 to 3,500 words. So this is how you will check that it is within the word limit. Then while using font, you have to use Times New Roman font size is 12, and there should be double spacing between the lines, and there should be 1 inch margin all around the paper. When you are submitting your plagiarism report, so you have to make sure that the content of your report is 85% original, which means it is maximum of 15% plagiarized. So while you are doing this plagiarism check on your final project report, so you can exclude the references part from it and then run a plagiarism tool on your report. And then if you find that the plagiarism is very high or the plagiarism is more than 15%, then you should try to reduce this plagiarism by maybe removing those plagiarism highlighted in the report, or you can rephrase your sentences. And this way you have to make sure that plagiarism is not more than 15%, which in other words means that your content is 85% unique. Now, once you will submit your project, the student will receive an intimation through a registered email address that you have provided to us on successful uploading of project work report. And only after that, Viva questions can be accessed by you after you have uploaded the project work. Now, these Viva questions will include 5 descriptive questions, and each question will be carrying 6 marks weightage. And all these Viva questions will be related to the project work, and you have to answer them based on the work that you have done in your minor project. And project work or project submission will be accepted only after project file is uploaded, plagiarism report is uploaded, and the Viva questions are answered. Now here is the evaluation scheme. This is the breakup of 100 marks for your minor project. So the project report and project summary, they carry a total of 70 marks, and the Viva questions carry 30 marks. So in total, your minor project is evaluated out of 100 marks. Now I will discuss few of the components of the project report. So once you start deciding your project area, so then you will decide on a particular title of the project, and the title should be such that as an examiner, the evaluator is able to understand what your project is going to be about. So this length of this title should be about 12 words. After that, you will write an abstract. Abstract is called as an executive summary also, and which explains the work that you have done in your entire report. So this could be about 1 or 2 pages in length, and it should summarize the entire work that is being done by you in your project. So as an examiner, if I will read your abstract, I should understand the background of your project, a little bit about the research methodology, your objectives, and then what were the main findings of your report, or what was the main recommendations given by your report. So all this in a concise form will form the abstract. Then you will start with the introduction of the study, in which you can explain your topic, and you can also explain why you have picked a certain topic. Is it of interest, and what is its relevance in current business scenario? Then you are going to specify the objectives of the study. Now these objectives need to be maybe 2 or 3 objectives are sufficient for a minor project, and this is what you are going to achieve in your minor project. And these are basically like the questions you ask. Okay, so if for example, it could be one of the objective could be to find out the ways in which particular work is done, or to find out a relationship between two variables. So these kind of objectives you need to formulate, and then your entire study will be based on fulfilling these objectives. Now, based on these objectives, you will do a literature review or a background study. So you are going to now do more in-depth analysis or detailed study of what you need to find. And literature review means that you are going to study what has been talked about by researchers and what their opinion is, what they have found out about different variables, about different technologies or situations, and you will have to write them in paragraph form, and you will mention what has already been discovered by others. After that, you will describe the research methodology. So now your objectives are clear, and to complete those objectives, you are undergoing to have a process, and the process will be the ways or methods in which you will conduct your study. So all that process needs to be mentioned under research methodology. Now, again, depending on your objectives, you can report this data analysis and interpretation. Now, in case of secondary studies, so this part, this component may or may not be present in all the reports. It totally depends on what kind of objectives you have decided for your project. So if it is applicable, so you can portray this data analysis component as well. Then you will show the results and discussions. So based on your, again, objectives. So for objective 1, what were your results? What were your findings? You are going to put here. For objective number 2, what did you find out? Was it something new that you have discovered? Or are you going to suggest some new solutions to existing problems? So all this will come under recommendations and conclusion. And then in the last, you are going to write down bibliography and references. And this references should be written in an APA format, and which basically explains the way of writing these references. So since this study is a secondary research and you are going to refer a lot of resources, so all those resources, the websites or journals which you have accessed to know or gather this information, so all that you need to list down under this references. So this is how your structure of the project report will look like, and you are going to put in the content in under all of these headings. Okay, now I will tell you how to access this minor project submission portal. So first of all, students need to log into their student dashboard, and then on the left hand side on this menu, they will see this kind of seminar evaluation submission, which is applicable for MCA students. In case of MBA and MCOM students, minor project submission would be mentioned here. So you need to click on that, and then you will be brought to a screen like this. Now you see here, it has got 4 components: project summary, project report, Viva voice, and project work. So this is overall summary. So first of all, you can look at these instructions here. and it says download instructions. Click here. So once you click on these instructions, a PDF file be downloaded, and it will contain all the instructions that I have explained today, and it give you all the details about the various components of the project report as well. So once you download it, then you click on this project work tab, and once you do that, so this kind of screen will open up for you, and you can see here a lot of text boxes are present here. Several questions are being asked, and once you have created your project report, so it will be very easy for you to answer these questions, and you need to type in all these answers here in the portal itself. For example, first one is project title. So type in your project title here. Then project area. So it may or may not be related to your specialization, but you should mention the overall area from which you have picked up your title. Then you will put in the abstract here. Then another question is why this topic has been chosen. So you will write the reason here. Then you will mention the project objectives here. Then you are going to write down the scope of the project. So scope of the project means what is the range of this project, or in which industry it is applicable, or maybe you are doing a specific kind of study, maybe some managers or some students of higher education. So that scope you will mention here. Then this is very important, the contribution of this project. So contribution is what is the value add that your project is going to do here, that needs to be mentioned here. And then you will talk about the methodology which you will use in your project. Now in this screen, you will see here there's an option to add. You can see serial number, chapter and description. So once you click on the add button, so first serial number will appear. So you will write chapter number 1, and let's say it is introduction chapter. So under description, you will write the word introduction. And then you add a second row, and let's say your second chapter is the research methodology. So you will write chapter number 2, and in description, you will write research methodology. Similarly, you will create this table of contents. So this will give an idea to the examiner what is the flow of chapters or different headings in your project report. Then under this references, you will just put in all the references or bibliography that you have mentioned in your project report. And then you can click on save as draft button, which you can see here. So if you are in middle of doing something, you can save it. So it will be saved for the time being while you are working on the other parts of the project submission. Now you can see here there is an option to upload your project report. So once your project report is ready, it is complete. So you will upload your project report from this button, and maximum allowed file size is 4 MB. So please ensure before uploading your report that its size should be only of 4 MB. And then it can be either in PDF format or it can be .doc format. So either of the two formats, you can upload your project report here. Then if I talk about plagiarism report here, so you can see there is a plagiarism tool given here in the portal, which is plagiarisma.net. So once you click on this link, so it will give you an option to upload your plagiarism report. So just remove the references from your report and you upload your report on this tool, and you will click on check plagiarism. So it will check the plagiarism of your report and it will download the results of that plagiarism check. And it will tell you that how much percent of your report is unique or not unique. And you have to make sure that uniqueness of the report should be 85%, or the maximum permissible limit for plagiarism is 15%. So if you feel that plagiarism is really high, then you need to make some edits in your plagiarism report, and then again go through the same procedure of checking the plagiarism, and then you have to ensure that it is not exceeding 15% of plagiarism. So once that is done, so then you will upload this plagiarism report from this button, and you will upload your edited project report from the button above this. So this is how you are going to upload your report and your plagiarism report on the project portal. And after you do this, so you have fill in all these text boxes, you have answered all these questions, you have uploaded your project report, you have uploaded the plagiarism report, then you click on save and continue to Viva. Okay, so by doing this, so all these details will be saved here. Your project file and your plagiarism report will be submitted, and you will be taken to the next screen, which you will find 5 questions will be there. Again, they will be in this format itself, and the questions will be mentioned to you, and text boxes will be provided to you to fill in the answers. And after that, you click on the submit project button, and only then the entire project will be considered to be submitted. Now all these boxes that you see here, date of submission, evaluated status, evaluation remarks, date of project work completion, now they will be automatically generated, and the student doesn't need to put any comments here. It will not be editable by you. Then moving on to few suggested project areas in 3 of the programs. So these are just suggestions from our side. You may want to choose any other topic of your choice. It is up to you. Now, in case of MBA, you can go for different areas like consumer behavior, market segmentation, integrated marketing communication, strategic management, category attractiveness analysis, competitor analysis, brand equity, training need assessment, employee engagement, leadership, motivation, credit policy or monetary policy, entrepreneurship, information technology in management, hospitality, tourism, international business, supply chain management, or insurance management. And similarly, a few suggested project areas for MCOM FM. You can go for mutual funds, investor awareness, mutual funds, comparative analysis, foreign direct investments, financial performance analysis, equity analysis, capital market and economic growth, financial derivatives and its market, mergers and acquisitions, financial literacy, insurance, capital budgeting, forex market, and financial modeling. For the students of MCA, you can go for blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, data science, image vision, natural language processing, 5G technology, software defined networking, brain computer interface, EEG signal to text conversion, web scraping, edge computing, big data analytics, video captioning, drone technology, underwater networks, delay tolerant networks, reinforcement learning, reward process automation, cloud computing, and green cloud. And you can note down our student support email ID. It is studentsupport@amityonline.com. So if you feel you have any more queries, you can reach to us here. And on your courses also, we have added a minor project course in your LMS. So you can access that. And we are also having a discussion forums wherein you can post your queries on the discussion forums, and the concerned faculty will get back to you with answers to your queries. So I hope this session was helpful for you, and all the best for completing your projects. Thank you and have a nice day.